In last class we were discussing about the block diagram and signal flow graph. We'll continue that same thing today in this session. I hope this PDF is visible to all properly and my voice is also audible. If you are facing any doubt, just type in the chat box. In last class we have discussed about what is the transfer function, how we can able to write down the expression for transfer function. Next we have represented elements of block diagram. We have discussed about summing element. We have two summers, first summer, second summing element. We have added this one and we will get final expression. Next we can have take off point like this. We have discussed about this one. Next we have discussed about closed loop transfer function, and also I told you we should remember the expression for this closed loop transfer function. The expression is CFS by RFS equal to GFS divided by 1 plus GFS into HFS. This is your expression. In this feedback, if you are having minus sign like this, then this sign should be plus. Here if it is plus, then you should have minus sign. If it is plus sign, here you can observe there is a presence of. If it is plus sign, here you will get minus sign in this expression. Next we will go with the block diagram reduction technique. In this block diagram reduction technique, we will get x3 equal to this one. And if blocks are connected in parallel, we will get the expression like this. Here blocks are connected in series. Here we have multiplied this one, we will get multiplied blocks like this. If it is parallel, we will get the addition of this block like this. Next, whenever you know summing point behind a block, when you take a point ahead of a block, then what are the changes that can take place? We have seen that, and also we have seen the rule of moving a summing point ahead of a block. We have discussed about this. Next, with summing point with 3 inputs, if it is like this, then what should be the output we have observed. Next, eliminating the feedback loop, we have discussed this. Next, we have discussed one simple block diagram. Here in this block diagram, what they have asked us to find out. They have asked us to find out output by input transfer function CFS divided by RFS. They have asked us to calculate this. In this expression, if you want to get the transfer function CFS divided by RFS, first here you should identify this. Here you have one feedback loop that inside this one. At outside also you have another feedback loop like this. For inside feedback loop, we have this one G1 divided by 1 plus G1. For inside feedback loop, this is the expression. For outside feedback loop, if you want to get that expression, you have here you have to multiply these two. Then for outside feedback element, here you should observe that here you have minus sign here. So what is that expression? GFS divided by 1 plus GFS into HFS, and you should see what is your GFS. GFS is this value. Write down it. Wherever you have GFS, you should write down this value. Then simplify this one. Then this is your final simplified answer. This is equal to your transfer function CFS divided by RFS. Okay, fine. For others, I think my voice is properly audible, right? Yes. Just type in the chat box whether my voice is audible to you all. Okay, fine. What about Bhumika, my voice is audible, right? Okay. We'll go with the next problem. Consider a block diagram shown in figure. This is the block diagram. Find the CFS divided by RFS using block diagram reduction technique. By using reduction technique, I have to find out CFS by RFS. First, we will see how we can simplify this problem. First, what I do, I will shift this summing element. How I do this shifting? Here you can observe it. Here, you should observe how we have shifted. Here you have RFS, CFS, G1, G2, they are given in the problem. And what are the signs are there? They have represented all the signs. Here you have plus, plus. Next, what they did? They just multiplied this plus with a minus. Here we will get minus only, right? This plus with this minus. Here we will get minus. So, give these two here directly. Directly connect these two, this summing element only, multiply this plus with this minus and this plus with this minus. Then you will get the expression or this diagram like this. Then what you do, you split this summing element. Splitting of summing element I will do. Splitting means here one summing element is there. Instead of just writing one summing element, I will write on this one as a two summing element. This is one and another. If you write like this means there is no change in value at all. It will remain the same as it is. Whatever the effect you will get at output side, whenever you have only one summing element, that same effect can be seen when you split this summing element. Here you can see they have written again splitting the summing point with 3 input into 2 summing point with 2 input each. We get block diagram like this. Next, to simplify this inside a block. So if we simplify this one, then we will get g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. G of s means g1 divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. So g of s is g1, h of s is what? Your g2. H of s is what? Your g2. This is your simplified expression for this feedback loop. Next, you will left with another feedback loop. Here for this one, what is the answer? C of s by R of s equal to G of s divided by 1 plus G of s into H of s. What is your G of s? G of s is this expression. Wherever you have G of s, just substitute this. Then simplify this expression, finally we will get this. C of s divided by R of s equal to G1 into G2 divided by 1 plus G1 G3 plus G1. This is your final simplified answer. I hope this problem is clear for you all. Once again I will explain this if you are having any doubt. This is the block diagram. Here in this case they have not mentioned any H of s. If they have not mentioned any H of s means in place of H of s you should consider 1. Next, here now you can shift this summing element here. Then you should take care. We'll see, let us combine the summing point 1 and 2 into single summing point. It should be noted that after combining summing point 1 and 2, input to G1 should be R minus X minus. Here you can observe. We have shifted summing point here like this. Now it is plus and minus. If it is multiplied by minus sign which is present here, then we will get expression like this. Next, what you can do? Here inside this one you have one loop, and also you should observe that only one summing point is there. You need to split the summing point into two separate summing points. You have split this summing point into two separate summing points. After splitting, this diagram is clearly visible that inside this one you have one feedback loop. After this one another feedback loop is there. First, to simplify this inside feedback loop, it will like a g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. Substitute that and simplify in this one. G of s means g1 divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. G of s is g1, h of s is g3. Here you can observe h of s is what value? G3 value. G3. You will get this one. Next, what you do? You multiply this one with this. You will get the g1 g2 divided by 1 plus g1 g3. Then simplify this expression. Simplify this. G of s by r of s equal to g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. G of s is what? This simplified multiply. In place of g of s, we multiply this. This is your simplified answer. Next we will go with the next block diagram. That is the block diagram shown in figure. Find the overall transfer function c of s by r of s. For this block diagram, what I do? I need to simplify this. We'll see what are the steps we should follow to simplify this block diagram. You can observe what procedure they have followed to simplify this. Here it is clear that first part they kept as it is. Next they have h1 here. You can observe h1 is present here. They have shifted h1 ahead of this block. Whenever they will shift h1 ahead of the block, we have one rule. What is that rule? Whenever you shift this point ahead of the block, then this value h1 should be multiplied by g1. Here you can observe, whenever it is shifted ahead of the block, then h1 should be multiplied by this value g1. Next you left with only this portion. This portion is means what? Here g1 is added with g2. So this is like a summing element. You need to add this g1 plus g2. You need to add this. And also you should remember that you should not treat this one like a feedback. Feedback means output back again to input, but you should observe this sign, arrow mark. Arrow mark, these two are in the same direction. Here you don't have any feedback. Sometimes what happens, if you are having this type of loop, means you may think it is just feedback. It is not feedback. In feedback what happens? Arrow mark is in opposite direction. Is in opposite direction. And here after adding g1 and g2 you will get this. Multiply this element with the g3. You will get multiplied value. Next what happens? This is added with this and this is also added with this, and that is multiplied by g3. You can observe that shifting takeoff point to behind the block. Here they have shifted takeoff point here behind the block g3 g1 plus g2. You see they have shifted like this. Whenever they will shift like this, means you have to divide this value with this given value. You should observe whenever you are moving ahead of the block, whenever you are moving behind the block, in that condition you should, whenever you are shifting behind the block, it should be divided. Whenever you are moving ahead of the block, it should be multiplied. In that case, now you will get this. Once again, there is a summing point. Add the summing point. Plus with minus 82. This is of minus. Next, you can observe. In last circuit diagram, it is clear that here you have a feedback loop. It is like a g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. Use that simplified formula what you have. Use that. Then you will get this simplified answer. In place of g of s, what value you have used? G of s means your value. H of s means this is your h of s. This is g and this is your h. Substitute all these things here. You will get c by r equal to this one. I hope for all this problem is clear. I hope for all this problem is clear, right? Do you want me to repeat this problem once again, or I should move to next problem? Yes. I want reply from you. Just type in the chat box whether you want me to repeat the same problem once again, or should I continue. Type in the chat box. All the students should reply. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I'll move to next problem. Reduce the block diagram, and also I need to find out C by R. In this case, first they have marked which portion of the circuit they are simplifying, which portion of this block diagram they are simplifying. Here we have shown dotted line. First they have simplified this dotted line. It is like a G2 minus G3, splitting the summing point with the 3 input into 2 summing point with the 2 input each we get. And also here you can see first they have simplified this one. It is like a G2 minus G3. Next you can observe they have splitted. Actually this question is common for this as well as this loop, right? This is common for this summing point and this summing point. So what I do, I will write on this H1 individually for this one as well as this one. I have written individually for this one as well as H1 and here also H1. And after this what I do, I will simplify this loop first. Next I will simplify this one. It is like a multiplication of G1 with this term, and here it is like a feedback element. For feedback element, what is your result? Derivation to G of s to be 1 plus G of s into H of s. Simplify this one, you will get that. If you do this one, you will get G4 divided by 1 plus G4 into H1. If you multiply these two, you will get this. This is your simplified circuit diagram. In this diagram what you do, you will multiply this element with this element. Then after this multiplied result, you have one feedback element. Use this formula G divided by 1 minus G into H. You use it. Then you will get this simplified answer. Next, you left with this values with this summing. Then what you do, you need to add this one with this G4. Then you will get a C by R equal to this also. Like this, you can able to find a transfer function C by R through this method. Next we will move with the next problem. If you are having any doubt in this problem, You can ask me so that I can rectify your problem and I can move to next one. Yes, do you have any doubts here? Do you have any doubt in previous problem? Divya? Divya, Ganga, do you have any doubt in this? Asma? Others also should reply. Okay, fine. I hope Divya, Asma, they are not online. Okay, Asma replied. Draw the block diagram for two-section RC circuit shown in this figure. Then find V0 of S divided by V of S. V0 means output voltage, Vi means input voltage. We need to find this V0 of T divided by Vi of T. In order to write a transform the voltage current relationship for each element, we introduce three intermediate variable V1, I1, I2 as shown in this figure. First, I will represent what are the voltage we have. Vi is there, V0 is there. Next, V1 voltage is also appearing here at this point. Next, current I1 is flowing in this first loop. Next, I2 is flowing in this second loop. For this circuit, I will draw block diagram. The four transformed equations are, first I have written what are the transferred equations you will get. First, for resistor R1, how it can write down the expression I1 of S equal to, you know that V equal to IR, right? I equal to V by R. Here this is your V, here R is what? 1 by R1. What is your V? Input voltage minus your final voltage divided by resistor value. Input is what? Vi of S. Output voltage is what? V1 of S divided by 1 by R. This expression what I got now? Represent this one in block diagram. Vi of S, V1 of S, summing element you have. You should represent this in. For this first value Vi of S, na, sign is plus. For second value V1 of S, sign is minus. Vi of S minus V1 of S we will get from this summing element. This is like a subtraction. And this value is multiplied by what? 1 by R. It is multiplied by 1 by R. Then finally we will get I of S. This is your result. I of S equal to, this is your result. This is your expression. For capacitor C1, what they have written we will see. V1 of S equal to, and also you know that I equal to C into V. This is the current which is flowing through capacitor. I equal to CV. For this one, Laplace transform is V1 of S equal to 1 by C1 of S, I1 of S minus I2 of S. Here you can enter. For capacitor, what are the current flowing? I1 is flowing from top to bottom, so it is with the plus sign. I2 is flowing from bottom to top and it is flowing in opposite direction of I1, so it is represented by minus sign. So 1 by C1 of S, V1 of S equal to 1 by C1 of S and I1 minus I2 of S. Right, draw this expression through this block diagram. I1 of S minus I2 of S multiplied by 1 by C1 of S. You will get your output V1 of S. You will get a final expression V1 of S equal to 1 by C1 of S, I1 of S minus I2 of S. Next, you will get the expression for I2 of S. Here you can get for resistor R2 can similar to R1 for R1. Here also you should write down for R2 also. I2 of S equal to 1 by R1 V1 of S minus V0 of S. These are subtracted at somewhere element is multiplied by 1 by R2 V I2. Next, V0 of S equal to I2 multiplied by C2. Then I2 is multiplied by 1 by C2 of S. Next, what is the next step? You need to add all these block diagram parts. Whatever the elements you have drawn, you have to draw this one. V1 of S, Vi of S, V1 of S you will have, and it is given through 1 by R1 into I1. First element they have drawn here. First element. You can see what is your first element. This element. This first element is added to what? Second element. Second element is what? This one. For second element, now first element output is the input for second element. So you need to attach these two. Next, output of second element is V1 of S. Output of second element, you can observe, output of second element is the input for third block diagram. Next, output of third block diagram is the input for fourth block diagram. I2 of S. Next, you can observe at the output side you will get a V0 of S. Output side you will get V0. And also after this, you need to draw feedback element like this. Where you draw this feedback element? By looking at this diagram, you can draw V1 of S. Actually, V1 of S is required for first element also. What is your first element? Just look at V1 of S is required now, and you are subtracting here now V1 of S, and it is like a subtractor. So you should have feedback elements here. Feedback element. Here also you should have feedback element. Subtractor is the feedback element. Like this now you got this now. Next, they have rearranged through this next diagram, moving a takeoff point 1 behind 1 by C2 of S. Here they have moved a takeoff point. Which takeoff point they have moved? You just observe in this diagram. Look at this diagram. Here they have moved this takeoff point. Here they have shifted this takeoff. Instead of here, no, they have gone here. In previous problem we have seen whenever you have moved takeoff point behind the block, then you need to multiply with that element. You need to divide with that element. 1 by C, 1 divided by 1 by C2 of S means this is your. After this, what you do? Multiply this one with this. And also, whenever you are solving any problem through block diagram reduction technique, try to shift the point behind the block or ahead of the block, so that you try to make a feedback loop available, so that you can simplify that one. And wherever you have the summary, try to add the element. Through these steps, first you simplify the given circuit. multiply this one with this, they will get this expression. Next, v naught of s divided by v1 of s, this is equal to g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into e plus s. Wherever you have g of s, in place of that one, write down your g of s value. This is your case. G of s. Your h of s is 1. Next, if you simplify this one, you will get v naught of s divided by v1 of s. For this one, after this, what you do? Try to get a simplified circuit. How you can do? If you shift here, you will get another simplified circuit. See, they have done this. They have followed the same procedure. Whenever you have moved ahead of the block means this value divided by this value means you will get this term and the numerator this side. Then simplify this loop. After simplifying this loop means you need to multiply this one with these two, you need to multiply these two. After multiplying, one feedback loop is there. Using formula, this formula you need to simplify that. That the final simplified answer is this one. And this value is multiplied by this value is multiplied 1 by r. Multiply these two values. If another feedback element is there. G of s equal to 1 plus g of s into h of s. Simplify this expression. V naught of s equal to simplify these two values. You will get your formula. I hope for all this problem is clear. If do you have any doubt in this? Another doubt is there is problem in it? Do you have any doubt in this problem so that I can rectify this and I can move to next problem? Okay, no doubt. Shama, if this problem is clear?
Okay.
Okay, Shama. I'll move to next problem. Find C by R using block diagram reduction. First, what I do, I will add these two values, these two elements, G2, G3, G2 minus G3 will get, multiply the term with G1, will get this, G2 minus G3, multiply this one with G1 as well as G4, will get this G1, G4 like this. Next, what they did, you can see H1 can be shifted to H2 side as well as G5 side. You can see you can observe here H1 and H2. H2 is multiplied by H1 and also here you have G5. G5 is multiplied by H2. Actually thing is that here you can observe the path of movement. Here actually these two values are added like this through this path, and here also you can see. Means actually if you look at here now, H2 is common for this value as well as this value. So because of this, instead of drawing H2 here, what they did, they have multiplied H2 instead of multiplying here, they have multiplied here only. Here for these two elements they have multiplied. The same thing they have done. Next what they do, they will shift the summing point here. Instead of having separate summing point, they can shift like this. See, here you can see minus sign either plus into minus, you will get minus. Next this minus into this minus, you will get plus. Then what they do, you can shift the summing point. shifting of some splitting of summing point can be done. If you split this one, this portion make one summing point, this portion make one, this portion makes another summing point. First simplify this portion, next simplify this portion. If you simplify this first portion, means you will get 1 minus Gs into H2. If you simplify this portion, you will get this portion. This is also GFS to be 1 plus GFS into HFS. GFS is this value, HFS is this value. So now this GFS to be 1 plus 1 minus GFS into, here it is plus, so it should take minus G into H, you will get this value. And 1 minus G5 into H2. If you multiply this value with this value, you will get C by R equal to. If you multiply this one with this, you will get this. You will get C by R equal to this expression. I hope this problem is clear for all, right? Do you have any doubt in this problem? Yes. Suprita, if this problem is clear? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will wind up today's session. In next class, we will discuss about the signal flow graph. And also, you should remember that whenever you are joining for online class, you should be in proper time. Whenever you do late, you will not understand the coming concepts. Late ಮಾಡಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಯಾವ ಟೈಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಅದೇ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. I will not make you to remember, I will not make you remember, fine, by messaging in your WhatsApp group, join class immediately like this. What time I will message you, no? Sharply at that time you should be logging. Okay, fine, thank you. I will wind up today's session.